Why do we need to be a member of the United Nations? What purpose does it serve the United States? Because we're a member of the United Nations, we have to take a vote every time we want to do something in terms of international relationships. And almost every nation in the United Nations is an enemy of the United States. They're either jealous of us or hate us, and they're determined to see if they could attack us. And we provide a forum for them that we pay for. Imagine if you put up a building for somebody and you tell them that you'll pay all the rent and all the expenses or almost all of it, and then you invite people to be your guest, and they live here for nothing and take up all the parking spaces and all the rooms and all the conveniences of America, sacrificing ourselves for them in the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. And in return, what do we get from them? Hate campaigns. We give them a forum from which to attack us and to create all kinds of propaganda against the United States. If all these countries hated the United States, we'd never even know about it. But we give them a place where they can have an organization. So we make sure they have a propaganda forum, and we pay for it, where they can have a platform so that if anybody doesn't like the United States, we hear from this all over the world. And the propaganda power of this organization keeps convincing people that America is the worst country on earth while we're paying and supporting for. It's a matter if you have a brother-in-law in your house and you're paying for everything he needs and you support him with every penny you have, and all you hear from him is how he can't stand you, he hates you. What do we get out of the United Nations? If we want to help any country in the world, we could give it to them anyway. Can't we help them with our own money anytime we want? Anytime there's a tragedy of any kind like tsunami, America gives most of the money, and together with 2 or 3 other countries, we do everything we can for them. Now, we don't get anything from the rest of the United Nations. We get nothing out of it. We just give our own money to help them. If we can help them anyway, do we have to go through an expense of billions of dollars supporting people who hate us all over the world in order to help somebody? If we want to do anything in international relationships, we first have to get the votes of our enemies or our avowed friends who turn out to be our enemies, like Russia and China, who always vote against us every time there's an international problem that we are involved with. And every time we want to do something, we're stymied because we can't do anything in violation of the United Nations. And since they have the veto power, we have to accept whatever decision comes from the United Nations, and we become paralyzed from being able to accomplish anything. So what do we get out of it? All we get is hate from foreign countries, venom and hostility and propaganda. We pay for everything that they need and they own and they want, and in return we get nothing out of it. We just owe allegiance to a country, to a company, to an organization that hates us and wants to destroy us. And the only propaganda we hear from them is how they hate America. Do we have to pay for this? Do we get anything out of it? Is it worth that much money? Nobody could identify anything we get out of the United Nations. All we know is that we're stymied, we're stuck, we can't accomplish anything, and because of this, we owe an obligation to them to destroy ourselves and become paralyzed in terms of functioning in any level in world affairs. We have become paralyzed and helpless because of the United Nations. And if we got out of the United Nations, we'd be free to accomplish whatever we please, and we'd have no obligations to anybody. We'd save a fortune and accomplish whatever we want, and we'd be a free country and in terms of national and international affairs. Isn't it worth the money? Isn't it worth the trouble? Stop to think of it.